Here from Smart Creative Social, and today I want to talk to you about, is Pinterest pay for play? Now, you might have heard about this from other Pinterest experts, or maybe you even kind of figured it out on your own. You're like, I'm on Pinterest, they have ads, people aren't seeing my pins if I just pin a pin, but if I put ad money behind it, then people will probably see my pins. It's very, very easy to get into this line of thinking. But there's a different way to treat Pinterest so that you can actually get traffic without being pay for play. So we're going to talk today about how to make working your Pinterest account fun again. The huge mindset shift that I had to make that changed everything. The number one mistake people make when developing their Pinterest strategy, and I don't think it's going to be what you expect, and why Pinterest needs you. And I'm not talking about your money. I'm talking about they need you as a content creator, etc. So before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to join my free Facebook group. The link is down in the caption of this video. Over there, we have discussions. We have all kinds of great stuff going on, and we have our freebie roadmap for you as well. So let's talk about Pinterest being pay for play. And I have a little bit of a story to tell you first about line dancing. So I'm actually going line dancing with some friends tonight, and they've invited me to this line dancing place before. And what's really cool about the venue is that they actually want everyone to succeed. So when you go there, they have people in the crowd and in the dance floor that are like kind of like instructors almost. They have them in there kind of mixed in with everybody else. And if they were the only people dancing, if the experts were the only people dancing, it would be pretty boring, right? Because we'd all just be kind of sitting in the audience. We wouldn't be partaking in the action. And so what they do is they have them mixed in, they help you out, they stop the dancing sometimes and give like a little bit of a class or like refresher with some of the steps and that kind of thing, so there's always something kind of going on at the line dancing place as far as them collaborating with the audience. They're like, we want you guys to have a really good time. So when more people are dancing, everybody has a good time and they want to come back. They want to come back every single night that they have the line dancing. So they help them learn the dances. They put people in the audience to make sure it's a success. And it's not an us against them kind of thing. They're not like, oh, well, you guys paid us the money. It's up to you to figure out the dances. It's up to you to make sure you have a good time. They're like collaborating with us in the audience to make sure that we have a good time. And it's a really beautiful thing to see when it all happens. And this is the same with Pinterest. Now, Pinterest isn't really giving us like education or that kind of thing. But they do want us to succeed. And there's a reason why. Pinterest needs our content and it needs users, right? It needs our good organic quality content to put in between those ads. The big mistake is thinking that Pinterest is only pay for play, because it does not work that way. That's one way to engage with Pinterest, but it's not the only way. So if you remember a couple years back, Pinterest had an IPO where they went public. Now they have shareholders that they have to show profits to. But Pinterest has been selling ads for a long, long time, and they've been positioning themselves as a place where people can buy ads. They also have the shopping tab, which might make you think, and I've heard people say, oh, Pinterest is only pay for play. It's only for shops. It's only for retail. Well, that's not true, because if we approach it that way, we're only going to see those pay for play opportunities. We're not going to see the organic opportunities. And if we approach Pinterest as an adversary, we are going to really miss out. So instead, we can think of Pinterest as a collaborator. And this is where it comes into this thing that I call the collaboration principle. Pinterest needs organic content creators to put really great content between their paid pins, between the ads. They even brought back the search bubbles just recently. So those are some guided search bubbles that show underneath searches to further improve that search experience. And that's because Pinterest values the user experience. They have to have great stuff. If the whole Pinterest feed was only ads, people would leave. Like they wouldn't stay, they wouldn't be engaged there. So it can't only be ads. They have to have good organic content to put between the ads, content that is not paid. They've also made the shopping option much easier to toggle between shopping results and search results. And so, especially if you're looking for things like a recipe or something that is very search intent focused, they're going to show you search results. Instead, if you're looking for something that's very commercial focused, where you'd want to be like purchasing a thing, then Pinterest will show you shop results, but they make it really easy to toggle back and forth. So it's not just for shops. Pinterest is making changes all the time to improve the experience for the user. So, like I said, Pinterest needs that high quality organic content to put between the ads. And if that feed was all ads, we would never come to Pinterest because it would be totally boring. Without content, Pinterest is nothing. Pinterest has nothing to offer without our high quality content. And without users, because we need the high quality content to attract users, without users, Pinterest has no way to make money because we attract those users, or Pinterest attracts those users with organic content, and then they monetize those people's attention with ads. Okay, so they need both parts. They need the ads for the monetization part, but they need organic content in between those ads to attract the people there. So if some people want to be pay for play on Pinterest, that's great. Why? Because they're subsidizing the reach of the organic content. Let me say that again. The people that are pay for play on Pinterest, the people that believe that the only way to have success on Pinterest is to buy ads, they are subsidizing the reach. They are subsidizing the exposure of all the free organic content that is on Pinterest. So when I'm building my organic traffic machine and you're building your organic traffic machine and everyone inside of Smart Pin Pro is building their organic traffic machine, and my program is called Smart Pin Pro, and we're putting our content on Pinterest and not paying for ads, the people who are paying for ads are the ones who are subsidizing our marketing. It is the most beautiful thing ever. So why would we not want to collaborate? Why would we? I mean, I get my stuff exposure and someone else is paying the bill. That's really amazing. So Pinterest starts to get really, really fun when you start to see it as a collaboration like this, because possibilities are really fun. And when you start seeing the numbers go up, that is super fun. I love it when that happens. And it all starts with optimization. This is the shift that you have to make. This is the key to creating pins that Pinterest wants to put in front of people. We've got to make high quality pins for high quality content that Pinterest wants to put in front of people. That's what's going to get put between the ads. If you're making low quality content and just churning out whatever, you're just, oh, I got a template and I'm just changing the colors and, I'm just cranking it out with the same description. That is not high quality content. Those are not optimized pins. You don't have to pay for play if you put in the right work on optimization. It doesn't have to be hard work. It just needs to be the right work. If you're going to make pins, you might as well make really good pins. The number one mistake that people make is not optimizing. And when I say not optimizing, I'm not saying, yeah, of course you're making it a graphic. Of course you're making a description. Of course you're pinning it and it has a link and it goes to your site. What I'm talking about is phoning it in when it comes to making your pins. What a lot of people do is they make the pins at the end. They're like, I've created the blog post, or I've created the product, or I've created the page on my website. And now, oh, at the end, oops, I got to make some pins. Let me hurry up and make a few pins in Canva and I'm just going to plop them on Pinterest. And that's what is the problem. Is you just kind of end up phoning it in as an afterthought, and it's never going to be well optimized if you do it that way. You might as well not do it at all. That's where people decide that, oh, Pinterest must be pay for play, because they're doing these poorly or not optimized pins, phoning it in at the end, and then putting those on Pinterest and saying, oh, I didn't get results. I'm pinning organically. I didn't get results. It's because they haven't been optimized. Or you may be doing optimization, but you're not getting the results that you want. So there's some refinements that can be done there. And this is what we teach inside of Smart Pin Pro. So when you approach Pinterest from the collaboration principle, this is when you start to see the importance of putting that effort into optimization. And that means you can take effort away from churning out tons of new content, away from pinning things that don't work, and away from throwing money at the problem. That's not going to solve the problem. If you have pins that are not performing well, putting money behind them on Pinterest is only going to make Pinterest show those pins to people so they can further not perform well. It does not help your performance. Like, Pinterest is truly not pay for play. Pinterest truly is all about organic, amazing search from our side, right? If we look at it as being part of the collaboration. So I'd love to know what you think about this. Have you been viewing Pinterest as a collaborator, or have you been thinking about Pinterest as an adversary? thinking about it as like, oh, this is something I have to pay for play. This is a place where you can go and get free organic traffic subsidized by other people who are buying ads. And you can't do that on other platforms. Like people will say, oh, you should be on Instagram. You get one link on Instagram. People will say, oh, you should be on Facebook. Facebook diminishes the reach of anything that has a link. Pinterest is still the number one social media platform for you to put links on and get outbound clicks over to your site. There is no other that can rival Facebook or sorry, rival Pinterest in this way. Wow, what a Freudian slip that was. Um, so this is where the collaboration principle is so important because there is so much opportunity available if you are looking to get traffic, if you're looking to attract people and get eyeballs onto your website. Pinterest is the way to go. So if I would love to know what you guys think about this, drop me a comment down in the comments and make sure you head on over to our Facebook group where we'll continue this conversation and keep talking about Pinterest, the collaboration principle, and how you can be using Pinterest to get attention on your content for free without having to buy any ads at all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jennifer Priest, the creator of Smart Pin Pro, and I'm signing off for the night. Gonna head out and go do some line dancing. So I hope you guys have a